So we've set everything up at the sight screen end, which for the purpose of this demonstration is just there, but usually it's over there, our sight screen, if you can see where our square is, you can imagine. So this is where our scorer sits. Now, you've got a couple of options here. You get a small tripod provided through which you can cable tie the access point to, ensuring it's facing that way. We actually use this piece of guttering, just for ease. It's just one less thing to set up every time. I just cable tie it to that. This means it's a little bit higher, but this is basically a foolproof method. If you don't have anything like that, or you just have a table in the middle of the pitch or on the edge of the pitch, you can pop this on there. So again, I'm just going to loosen the legs to balance it, and then I'll just loosen this one here to bring that up there, like so. I'm then going to grab the access point out. So again, another check here, make sure you've got the access point for the laptop end and you haven't put that up with the camera. Again, grab a couple of reusable cable ties. Hopefully you're getting quite familiar with these by now. And pop the cover off the back like we did with the station. Again, blue. Grab your blue cable. Plug that in there. Make sure it clicks. Grab the waterproof cover. Grab our cable ties. And cable tie on. Again, make sure that is facing a direct line. Things to consider if you are using this at this height, that it's not in an area of heavy traffic. The two main blockers to these are humans and glass. Okay, so if you've got people constantly walking up and down this walkway, that's going to interfere with the signal. You're going to get video dropouts. So again, if you can try and get it a little bit higher, that helps with that. Also, if you're sitting inside, please don't have this inside behind a window. Glass will also affect it. So that's why you've got a little bit of Ethernet cable reach there to have this just outside the door, and then you can run your Ethernet cable back inside through the window, round the side of the door to where the injector is going to be next to where you sit. There's nothing to stop you. Again, this is a 2 meter Ethernet cable. If your scorer sits inside a corridor, there's nothing to stop you having this at the end of the corridor on the balcony and then running a 20 meter Ethernet cable. There's nothing to stop you doing that. Inside the access point box, again, I'm going to take the cable tie off the kettle lead, plug that into here, and I'm going to plug that. We've got some mains power just next to our scorer's position here. I'm going to turn that on, check that the power light comes on there, which it has, and then I can plug blue into blue, like so. That then leaves me with red. So as mentioned at the start in the contents video, if you have an Ethernet port on your laptop and that's spare, I'd always be plugging this directly into there. It's just more reliable than the Ethernet adapters. So just for the purpose of this, if you come round here, you can see on this laptop we have an Ethernet port there. So for me, we don't hardwire into our router. I'm just going to plug that in and we're away. Okay, so there wouldn't actually be any need for this adapter. However, if your laptop doesn't have an Ethernet port, you can use this adapter. Okay, as shown, red. So we'll unplug that from there, plug that into there, and then plug that into a USB port on the machine, like so. Okay. If that's all working, you should get a video, no problem. A couple of things to check. So on the back of the access point, you'll get some lights. There's 6 lights on there. you've got power and a LAN light. So obviously if there's no power, then work your way back down the chain, ensure you've got power here, ensure you've got power at your injector, and then after that there's 4 signal lights. I think they range from green up to red or orange. Obviously if you've got 4 signal lights, brilliant signal. 1 or 2 it's a little bit weak. So if it's a little bit weak, I try playing around, making sure that your station's lined up correctly on your sight screen, your access point is looking directly at it, and people aren't walking in front, or you haven't got it situated behind some glass. But fingers crossed, everything's going to work. If you are struggling, work back down the chain, as I just alluded to. Check your power, check your coloured cabling, make sure it's all in the right place, and then with any luck, you're going to wirelessly receive the video. That's going to go into your laptop, and from there you'll get video of your games.